Hello and welcome. You're listening to a very special hypnosis recording. This audio session will enable you to get rid of guilt. It will also help you remove any barriers preventing you from getting rid of your guilt, whether these are conscious or unconscious. After using the session, you will feel free to move on with life with confidence, relaxed in your newfound ability to no longer be guilty and to be able to put things behind you. Just imagine being able to leave your guilt behind you and move on whenever you choose, no matter whenever, wherever, whoever you choose. This program was made with you in mind. It was carefully crafted to help you move deeper into your own self and to begin to shed light on the issues you are facing. This is not meant to be a substitute for counselling or professional help, but rather a companion that is ready to support you whenever you feel you need it. I would like to commend you for taking a step today toward change. You have made a brave choice, and you will be rewarded with greater insight as a result. Please make time in your daily life for reflection and contemplation. If you don't give yourself time and space to grow and mature as an introspective human being, then you are sure to remain in the habits and patterns that have led you toward finding assistance in this hypnosis and NLP session. Let this audio program be a tool in your toolbox, and also collect other tools that will assist you, such as affirmations, positive people around you, healthy eating and living, and stress-reducing exercises like massage, meditation, nature walks, Tai Chi or yoga. You have now decided to take your life back into your own hands. Congratulations! Make sure to listen to this recording in the most comfortable location and position that you can. You may choose to use headphones or just listen in a quiet place. Allow your body to relax and your mind will follow along. You will be entering into a hypnotic or trance-like state. You will remain aware in the deep background of your mind, so there is no need to fear any loss of control, being manipulated, or doing anything that you do not want to do. Be okay with the images and scenery that appear. You already experience trance states regularly throughout your day, such as when you daydream or drift in thought, for example. These are simply a natural way for the mind to rest. Meanwhile, your subconscious mind will attempt to organise itself, clearing out the ideas and thoughts that are no longer beneficial for you, and holding on to the images and impressions that you need to keep yourself moving forward in your natural path of progression. Listen to this recording daily for optimum success. If you have limited time, then listen every second day. Doing this for 21 days in a row will help to bring you profound results and will probably change your life forever. Please never listen to this while you are handling machinery or driving a vehicle. Refrain from listening while under the influence of drugs, medications or alcohol. And if you happen to suffer from epilepsy or a psychiatric condition, please consult your physician before proceeding. I wish you a pleasant journey into your inner space, and I know that you will have a far greater calm and understanding once you have finished this session. Now, some time ago, a person did a thing, and later it came to pass that they wished they had not done that thing. They may have done the thing they did with the best of intentions, but in some way it backfired. Or perhaps, at the time, their intentions were not the noblest. Maybe they were even somewhat selfishly motivated, but they perceived some need or reason for doing the deed, whatever it was. And so, a deed was done. And the person who did the deed later came to wish that that deed could be undone. But it is not possible to undo the past. Or is it? The past is a matter of perception. Think about this for a moment. When you're in the process of getting to know someone new in your life, there comes a point when you tell each other your life story, or at least some of it. You know what the significant moments were. You know what to pick out, what to leave out, and so on. You've done it 1,000 times. It's like an old record. But the story you tell is the one you think the other person should hear. You tell the bits you imagine will garner you the most popularity points in their mind. After all, you want them to like you. That's human nature. Let's suppose that the person who's asking you for your life story is, for the sake of argument, a hot date. If you're in a steady relationship at the moment, don't worry, this is just make-believe. Now, this hot date. Imagine the kind of things you'd want to report to him or her about your life story. Spend a moment or two contemplating the kind of things you'd want to tell this hot date, and the things you might choose to leave out. Okay, now let's make a slight change. Instead of a hot date, imagine that the person who's asked you for your life story is a potential employer, and you badly want that job. Imagine it's a very important interview. Now just pause for a few moments and imagine that. What would you want them to know or not know about your history? Now, it's the same you, but did the story change a little? Or even a lot? One more. This time it doesn't matter who it is, but just think. Whoever you're telling your life story to, would you include details like what you had for breakfast on the 15th of March 2003? Or when you did your last laundry? Of course not. Unless those were particularly significant moments, there are millions of trivial memories like that which, even if you could remember them, you'd choose to totally leave out. It would never occur to you to tell such meaningless details. But you could. We're all the same, so don't worry. Each of us shows the world what we think and imagine it wants to see, hear, and know about us. And it's done to maximise our potential for being liked, being picked, being approved of, being loved, and yes, even for procreation. That's nature at work. Now here's the point of all this, because what we're leading up to is a simple yet powerful process where you'll take the sting out of feeling guilty. But we have to lay this foundation first, so you understand where feelings of guilt have come from and why you've got stuck with some of them. And I promise you, by the end of this programme, you'll see how easily you can become unstuck. But just bear with me a moment or two longer. As human beings, we make up rules. There are big rules like the ones the government tells us we have to obey, and, if you're religious, there will be rules there too. Those are big rules. Then there are cultural rules. It's likely that you and I both grew up in societies where, for example, belching in public is considered rude. But there are also cultures where not burping loudly after dinner is considered very rude. And then there are personal rules. You know, the ones inside your head. They can be about anything, like how you should dress for dinner. Or that if your partner doesn't kiss you goodbye before you head off to the office, it means they're angry with you, even though that could be the furthest thing from their mind at the time. To a greater or lesser extent, everyone has some of these rules, and when you break one, especially if it has a negative effect on somebody else, guilt can rear its head. Whatever it was, however long ago it was, look around you. Life is still going on. It's going on for you, and almost certainly it's going on for the other parties too. Maybe your something was a big something, like hurting someone in an accident, or maybe you broke someone's heart. Perhaps you broke a promise, or even a vow. But life is going on. Life does not stand still or stay the same. The other party will forgive you, or they won't. That's not in your control. What is in your control is accepting yourself and liking yourself as you are. Whatever you did was done given the resources, knowledge, awareness and self-understanding that you had at the time. And saying now, if only I'd known, is pointless, because you didn't know. So how do you let go and forgive yourself? Well, the answer is really that you need to separate the emotion from the event. You see, you have whatever happened, and then you have the meaning of what happened and the emotions that go with that meaning. For example, suppose you slip on a banana skin. That's it. The event is or was that you slipped on a banana skin. Now, if somebody filmed it, we could all watch you slipping on that banana skin on YouTube. And a teenager might see that video and laugh. A physiotherapist might see it and notice how you twisted a particular joint or pulled a set of muscles. Steven Spielberg might watch it and get the idea for a whole new movie. And so on. The same event and a million different meanings. In fact, potentially around 7 billion different meanings if everyone on the planet saw it. And that's not taking into account whether they're having a good or a bad day or not. It's the meaning we give things that gives rise to the emotions we feel. The teenager would feel amused. The physiotherapist might feel concerned. And Spielberg probably just got excited. When you feel guilty, what you're doing is replaying the movie, not on YouTube but inside your head. You're replaying the movie of whatever happened. And then you are giving it a meaning that makes you feel bad. Now that's not to say you shouldn't apologise if you really caused some damage. But probably you're already past that stage, and even if you're not, an apology won't necessarily either be accepted or resolve your guilt. Only you can do that. And here's how. Are you ready? You must now find a comfortable position. You can choose to sit back comfortably in a chair or on a sofa, in a recliner or on a bed. Once you have adjusted any restrictions in your clothing and settled into your spot, you can begin to accept the idea of letting go. You are ready now to understand just how easy it can be to let go of that guilt. You can begin to allow yourself the permission to enter into a hypnotic state. In fact, go ahead. Tell yourself. You are giving yourself full permission to let go, knowing how much better you will feel if you can let go of your guilt. In your mind, or even out loud, tell yourself, you are safe. You are eager to travel to the depths of your unconscious mind, to discover the relaxed, self-forgiving, innocent person inside. It is important that you believe yourself, that you trust yourself. This moment calls for self-love and trust. And your self-belief is beginning to increase already as your eyes begin to softly close. I want you to take a deep, slow breath in. And now release the breath. That's good. Notice the quality of your breath. Does the breath flow into your chest or deeper into your belly? Pay attention to the next few breaths and make sure to follow them right down to your belly. Feel your belly rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Be open to the idea that you can choose to forgive yourself and get rid of guilt for good just as easily as you can allow your breath to go in and out. And as you begin to deepen into this trance, it is necessary that you release any tensions in your body. Starting at your right foot, begin to release any muscles that you are still holding on to. Move up the right leg until you're at the knee, just relaxing. And continue to the right hip. Now do the same for the left leg. Starting at your left foot, begin to release any muscles that you are still holding on to. Move up the left leg to the knee and on until you're at the left hip, just relaxing. Clear any tension in your hips. Let go of your deepest pelvic muscles. You may be clenching tightly and you don't even know it, so just let go. Continue to feel the rise and fall of your belly and let the heaviness of your arms and shoulders sink down and melt away. Feel the openness in the palms of your hands. Feel the expansive breath in your chest and abdomen. Open your jaw to stretch it and then release it. Let your eyes sink into your head until they are floating peacefully. Feel the tingling of the hair on your head and the lightness of the air around your face. You are ready now to move deeper inside, to release your inner you, who is unafraid to forgive yourself, generous in fact with their forgiveness and free from guilt. I will ask you to open your eyes one more time in a moment, and when you close them again, you will sink into a wonderful floating softness, and you will be ready to take a journey. Okay, open your eyes slightly on your next inhale. Now close them on the exhale and step securely into the most relaxed state of awareness that you can imagine. To help you relax deeper, I will lead you on a journey. Listen to the sound of my voice. Listen deep down inside. Of course you are. If you feel yourself drifting away at any time, just focus on the sound and vibration of my voice as they enter into your ears. You are doing so well already. You are beginning to relax and leave behind you any feelings of guilt with every breath you take. You will now begin to go deeper into a state of trance. I want you to take a deep, slow breath in and now release the breath. I want you to picture yourself standing at the edge of a lake, and as you look out onto the lake, You see the clear blue sky reflecting on the surface. The water is completely still and calm, and just next to you is a small rowboat. Take a good look around you and notice what you notice. You step into the boat and you push yourself away from the shore. You begin to paddle the boat out into the middle of the lake. You can feel the muscles of your body working. You can feel the heaviness coming into your hands and shoulders. You can feel your back muscles working hard as you paddle yourself right into the middle of the lake. The sweat is pouring down your back and your face, leaving behind your feelings of guilt. And you're reaching the point of tiredness, and you realize you're now in the center of the lake. Placing the paddle next to you in the boat, you lie down in the bottom of the boat, and you stare up at the blue sky. All of the exhaustion in your body begins to release. You can feel the boat softly rocking to the movement of your breath. You can feel your body floating like the boat floats on the water. The breeze cools your skin as it passes over you. And you can be more able to give yourself forgiveness by just relaxing. Taking a deep breath in, you enjoy the freshness of the air. Your body is completely relaxed. And you notice in the sky above you beautiful fluffy clouds. And your body feels as soft as the clouds. And you feel like your body is drifting past those clouds. It feels like it's drifting across the sky. In fact, your body has now become completely weightless as you float effortlessly in the boat. A good, natural floating. Your trance has completely stilled your mind. Take a moment and enjoy the peace you have created, having learned to overcome any reluctance to forgive and let go. You now realize that the clouds are much lower. The clouds are almost directly on top of you. The clouds are fluffy and white and fluffy are the clouds. As you take a deep breath in, you feel and see the clouds entering into your lungs. They're light and soft, and they take you deeper into your relaxation and further from any guilt. Deep breath after deep breath pulls the soft clouds into your body and takes your body farther and farther into trance, until you no longer breathe in the clouds, but rather you have become the clouds, floating like a cloud. And I don't know if you will remember to forget how difficult you may have found it to forgive yourself in the past, or whether you will forget to remember to feel any guilt whatsoever, and whether you will do one or the other, or both, now or later, and it really doesn't matter. You're going to discover the power of shifting the meaning of events, and it's so easy. I will ask you to close and open your eyes several times during this process, and at the end, you will find your feelings of guilt considerably reduced, so that you can comfortably live with them, or they'll be gone with nothing remaining but the memory of how you used to feel. So let's begin. With your eyes closed, bring to mind the event, or perhaps the series of events that you've been feeling guilty about. And as it comes to mind, you'll notice that it's a little like watching a movie inside your head. There may be pictures, moving, or still. And perhaps you can hear a sound, a conversation of some kind. Maybe other background sounds. You've seen this movie many times before. It's the one that makes you feel so uncomfortable, the one that makes you feel guilty. So stay with it just for a few moments more, because soon that feeling will be gone for good. You already know that feelings come from the meanings you give things. And as the uncomfortable feeling of guilt builds to a level that's almost unbearable, place your left hand on your left leg just above your knee and squeeze it with your thumb and middle fingers. Not so much that it hurts, but just enough to feel the pressure there. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, and release. Very good. Now just rank the intensity of that guilty feeling on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 would be not there, and 10 would be unbearable guilt. Just make a mental note of that number. Just try that again, as the most uncomfortable feeling of guilt associated with that movie builds to a level that's almost unbearable. Place your left hand on your left leg just above the knee and squeeze with your thumb and middle fingers, just enough to feel the pressure. 2, 3, and release. And rank the intensity of that guilty feeling on a scale of 0 to 10. Just make a mental note of the number, because it's going to change a lot in the next few minutes. Open your eyes again just for a moment, or imagine a white screen to clear the space inside your head. And now close them again. And just test by squeezing your left leg in exactly the way you just did, and you will notice that it's like an echo of the uncomfortable feeling in your mind, as if it triggers the memory of that guilty moment once more. Okay, good. So now take a few moments to consider what feeling you would like to have instead of guilt. It may be peace. It could be comfort. You might call it something else, but take a few moments to let yourself discover what for you is the opposite of guilt. You can pause the recording if you need a few seconds more. Don't worry if you haven't hit upon an exact word. It's the intention that counts. As I don't know what you've called it, I'm just going to refer to it as your good feeling, but you can mentally substitute whatever you decided on when you hear me say that. Good. Now close your eyes again and take a couple of slow, deep breaths as you relax. More and more deeply. That's it. Very good. The rest of this process is all fun and easy now. With your eyes closed, spend some time and allow your mind to search your memory for a time when you were experiencing your good feeling. It could be about anything at all, and it doesn't matter how long ago it was. It might have been yesterday, or it could have been in your distant past. That's right. And you'll notice things coming to mind. And watch that movie. Make the colours bright. Zoom in on the important parts. If you find that it enhances the good feeling, play with the volume and the clarity of the sound. Do whatever you need to do until the feeling intensifies On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most intense, crank it right up to an 11. And as it peaks, place your right hand on your right leg, just above the knee, and squeeze with your thumb and middle fingers, not so much that it hurts, but enough to feel the pressure, and hold, 2, 3, and release. Very good. Open your eyes just one moment and clear the screen in your mind. Imagine a white screen. Now close them again. And let your mind do some more searching through your memory until it finds another memory when you experienced your good feeling. Take some time. That's right, until you've got something. That's it. Very good. As before, intensify the feeling by playing with the video. Brighten the colours. Zoom in. You can even step inside the picture like it's a hologram and move around in it if you like 3D. Whatever works to make that good feeling strong. Bathe in it. Wallow in it. Breathe in the good feeling. Feel it in all of your body. That's right. And when it's at its peak, squeeze your right leg exactly as before and hold, 2, 3, and release. You're doing great. This will all make sense in just a moment or two. Open your eyes, clear the screen again, and close them one more time. Very good. Repeat the process a third time. This will be the last one. So find a third memory when you felt your good feeling, when it was flowing in abundance, when your life, even if just for a moment, was filled with your good feeling, pure bliss. That's it, something's coming. It doesn't matter what it was. This is your private memory. Nobody knows. So just wallow in that good feeling and crank it up. Breathe it in, crank it up way, way beyond 10. That's it, you've got it. And at that peak moment, squeeze your right leg again exactly as before. Hold, 2, 3, and release. Now, open your eyes and close them once more. Take your hands away from your legs and follow my instructions exactly. Ready? Allow yourself to discover what happens when you take your left hand and squeeze your left leg exactly as you did before. And while you're holding that, keep your left hand in place and squeezing, and at the same time, squeeze your right leg exactly as before. So both hands are there at the same time, one squeezing each leg. And now, keep your right hand in place and gently release your left hand and take it away. So only your right hand is squeezing. Hold it for a moment longer. And now release your right hand too. Very good. Open your eyes, look around you, and now let's test it. Close your eyes and let yourself discover what happens when you try to recall the memory that used to make you feel. Do you even remember what? Can you rank the intensity of the feelings that memory of guilt brings up? Or is it just a memory now? Because some things are a lot easier to let go of than you ever thought. And you have just freed yourself. And for now, it's time to return to the present moment and to bring with you your new awareness and ability to look forward to forgiving yourself and others and putting past events behind you for good, to get rid of guilt. You will begin to make the journey back. Take a breath deeply into the lungs and you once again feel the lightness of the clouds. See your breath as the clouds flow in and out of you, and remember you're lying in the boat. And you again recognize the clouds in the sky above you. You can feel the lightness of the clouds, and you can also feel the floating of the boat. You're ready to sit up in the boat and paddle back to shore, and as you paddle back to shore, you will bring with you your new decisions, and be unafraid of forgiving and letting go. You will be happy to get rid of guilt once and for all. You're paddling back to shore with a completely new mindset. See yourself sitting in the boat and paddling happily back to the shore, and as you come closer to the edge of the lake, you realize how beautiful your surroundings are. You feel like you're coming home. This is very comforting, isn't it? It feels good to come home to yourself, doesn't it? As the boat reaches the edge of the lake, you step out. You feel the ground under your feet. You know that you're supported by the earth. This boat has carried you into your subconscious, and in your subconscious you have made great discoveries about how to get rid of guilt for good. Now the boat has brought you back, and you stand again at the shoreline of your life. And as you look at the lake in front of you, you realize that it is a mirror of your life, and it's calm, and it's clear. And with this calm and clear mind, you will now come back into your body, ready to move on and get rid of guilt for good. On the count from 5 to 1, you will leave the shore and come back to your body. 5, feeling strong. 4, feeling confident. 3, ready to awaken. 2, taking a deep breath in. 1, exhaling the breath and open your eyes. You have completed your journey. You may choose to rest or sleep, or you may choose to rise and be active. But know with certainty that each breath you take will deepen your conviction. You're confident and strong. Know that you have created positive energy. You're most definitely headed in the right direction. Be strong and confident and know that you have the power to change. You're bound to have great success. Thank you for listening. Please return to this recording daily or as often as you feel necessary. It will continue to support you on an ongoing basis, and repetition will reap rewards.